So this will be like my first vlog or video log. Uh, so a friend of mine, which I will put a link in the description to his video. He did his first vlog yesterday and put a link in his description, giving me a shout out. So I'll try to make a video log right now. Don't know how good it will be, but like I said, it's my first one. Uh, so basically, before I moved over here to Kansas, I used to live in Oregon. Like I said, if you go and check out his channel, uh, just look up his first video log, and he'll talk about it anyways. And uh, the first job I had over there was working at this grocery store called Fred Meyer, and they have a fuel center or a gas station basically in Oregon. It's against the law to pump your own gas. I don't know. It's due to like environmental reasons. Fuel spills, fire, stuff like that. I'm sure there's something I'm missing. I'm sure you guys can look it up and find out why. But it's Oregon and New Jersey because we have people from all over the country and sometimes from other countries actually go to our station to get filled up for, like a road trip, or they're on vacation and they're just swung on by. And it's a pretty busy place actually. It's like, what was it, second in the region when it comes to like sales, gallons pumped and all kinds of stuff. Up second in region, and I worked there for a year and a half, and it was always busy. Giant lines, giant lines. We have like 10 pumps, and we have plenty of people. Believe me, we have plenty of people, and it's kind of funny. We would get some people, and they would fire them, or they would quit, or they'll do some stupid ass shit. Like put diesel in a gas engine or gas in a diesel, or something like that. Like there was this one kid who did it, and uh, like I think after the first time you get like suspended for like 6 months, 9 months, and then you can come back, and you can't do that too many times, obviously, because Fred Meyer or whatever has to pay for all the damages. Getting all that stuff pumped out and whatever else is damaged in the vehicle. They have to pay for it. Like we'll have like RVs, these giant motorhomes basically, has like hundreds of gallons. Some of them are diesel, some of them are gas, and you have to really pay attention. Look at the way it sounds. Look for the little badges on the side of the vehicle. When you go to put in the nozzle, it'll usually say unleaded, or it'll say diesel. With a green sticker says diesel. And obviously the sound, there's a sound, difference, but you can't be too sure. You always gotta check. There was this one time, this someone, I can't remember who it was. It was at nighttime. I was working uh, late into the night, and I think it was a closing shift actually. And I guess someone put in the wrong fuel. I can't believe. I think they put like a diesel or gas. Can't remember what kind it was, but basically, they Fred Meyer had to pay for that. Pay for them pay for the people to get their RV, like all their tanks pumped out, like all the fuel, whatever fuel it was, I can't remember what it was, but to get pumped out. And that is a big, big deal, actually. You do not want to do that. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, that place is really crazy. You get all kinds of people. Like I said, my friend told you that uh, you see all the assholes, all the idiots, all the numbskulls that come through there. I mean, you get all kinds of, it's working class. I live in a working class, place. A lot of suits, a lot of BMWs, a lot of, you know, really, really nice cars, because there's all kinds of car shows, especially in the spring and summertime, obviously. Like hot rods and, Model A's, Model T's, you get like Bentleys and all kinds of really nice cars. And you just can't believe how childish some of these people are, over the simplest things. Like, ooh, you put in a, a field. You accidentally put a field because you're really busy and you're just trying to get them going. And like, oh my god, it went $5 over what I wanted. Oh my god. And let's see what else. There was this brand new Dodge Charger that came through, and this lady, I don't know who she thought she was, but she thought she was like the queen of the world or something. But like, she did not want me to touch her car. Like, it was kind of windy out, and I got like maybe one or two tiny little drops, like the size of a pinhead. Like, I saw it because it was sunny and it was windy. That's a little tiny drops, and she thought it was a whole bunch, and she freaked out and made a huge scene. And she was like telling me, "Oh, don't you dare touch my car. Have someone else do it. I want to talk to the manager." And I'm like, it was not a big deal. So I wiped down the little tiny drops on her car. And it wasn't that. I was like, so what? You have a Dodge Charger. So what? It's not like you have a freaking Bentley or a freaking, I don't know, Lamborghini or something actually awesome to look at, to actually have. But she was like, oh my god. She got so angry. She came in one time, um, a while later actually, because she lived in Washington. I was like, why don't you go back to Washington where you can pump your own gas? Of course, I didn't actually tell her that, but I wanted to. So she came in again, like I said a while ago, probably like a month or so later, and she saw me. I was like on the one end of the station, and she was getting ready to pull up to me, and then she turned real quick and turned into the innermost pump, which is like a single pump, double sided actually. And she shook her hand. She's like, "Nuh-uh, don't you dare, don't you dare." And all the other cars were all hooked up, so she was the new customer that I had to go and help. But she's like, "Don't you touch my car." And of course, I apologized. I said, "I'm very, very sorry," yada, yada, yada. And it was over with. It was like no big deal. And, it's just stuff like that. You got some customers that, uh, they have to pump their own gas. Yeah, they have to pump their own gas, and you're sitting there trying to do your job. You're telling me you can't do that. It's against the law. And if you've been living here in this state, then you should know that it's against the law. It's actually law, state law. You can actually get, in trouble by the police if you pump your own gas for obvious reasons. And another thing, there was this one time I had this young girl, probably in her early 20s. You have to ask them for their card, and how much they want, right? So I go in, put in how much I want, slide her card, do all that, put it, I put the nozzle into her, into the tank or whatever the hole where you put it in, and I start it, and I give her her card back. And I remember I just started her gas, so it's not finished. So I give her a card, of course, and oh yeah, she was talking on her cell phone. So when I handed her her card back, after I just got done starting it, she pulled off with the hose in her car. Now don't worry. There's a safety thing. There's a safety shutoff valve. So whenever people pull off with a hose in the car, which it does happen a lot, um, it disconnects and it automatically stops the flow of gas. So don't worry, it's not like spraying gas all over the place. But yeah, so it disconnects, and I think, um, let's see, it costs around $500, $600 just to get a new hose, to have the people come over, get a new hose, attach it. If they have to actually have to get a new hose, sometimes they just have to pick it up, reattach it, and get it going. But it still costs the store a lot of money because you have all these idiots that just aren't paying attention and pull off. Or sometimes they get pissed off at you. Maybe you said something or they thought you had an attitude. They'll pull off and they do it. And sometimes they even bang up their own car because it flies out. It wiggles around, right? I mean, this is only the tip of the iceberg of what happened over at the fuel center. I mean, there was always something happening. Like I said, it was always busy, busy, busy. You get all kinds of people. Some people even are very, very nice. Some people will even come and give you snacks like donuts, coffee, especially in the early morning when it's like 30, 40, 50 degrees. It's really, really cold. And especially in the winter time, when it's really, really cold and really windy, they'll bring in like hotties or, was it footies or something like that? Like they'll have like these pads where you crush and you kind of move around and it gets hot and you put it into your gloves. We have to wear gloves. And you can put some in your shoe. So you take your shoe off and put the little pocket in your shoe. It will keep your feet and hands warm. Of course, you have your sweater on, you have your jacket, your beanie and gloves and all that stuff to keep you warm. But that doesn't really help that much because if you don't watch out, your hands and your fingers and your hands and your toes will get numb. So that's not a fun time. Like I said, got a lot of nice people out there that will give you food and drink. They'll give you these little heat pockets or whatever you want to call them to make sure that you're warm. And sometimes people will give you a tip, which we are not allowed to take tips. You can actually get in trouble, big trouble, for taking tips. So you have to tell them that we cannot accept tips. Now I know some fuel centers allow people to take tips, but that's them. That's not us. We're second in the region. We're pretty much the best. Always busy, has the best sales around, and so there's always the competition between gas stations. We're always the cheapest because we have our deal, or you get like a discount or whatever. And I have all these gas stations around us that would try to, chip off their price. Just lower it down just a little bit by little bit, trying to beat us. But they can never beat us. Yeah, I think I'll be doing some more of these. I just want to get this first one out. I know it's a bit long, but I'll put a description to my friend, give him a shout out. Make sure to check out his first video log, check out all his videos, and yeah,